Find out what's hot and what's not.
We watch your programme every week.
My name's Janine and this is CLUBAVISION on tour, and we're ready to rip and tear clubland limb from limb. Tonight we're at Miss Moneypenny's at Raymondo's in Wolverhampton. We'll be chatting to the lovely Dina Carroll, getting the lowdown on DJ Magazine's dance chart, and taking a big juicy bite out of the fruit club at the Bruno Rooms in Swindon.
Hi, I'm Dina Carroll and you're watching CLUBAVISION on ITV.
Miss Moneypenny's is one of the UK's leading clubs. It's a club where you'll be shaken and stirred. Over the last 10 years, the three Ryan brothers, along with Lee Garrick, have built their name on exclusive and, above all, glamorous clubbing. And now they've found a home at Raymondo's in Wolverhampton.
Come on, drop.
I'm joined here by one of the masterminds behind Moneypenny's, Michael. Tell me how yourself, your two brothers and Lee all got together to get Moneypenny's off the ground.
Wow, it goes back many, many years ago. Started in the fashion business actually. Me and my brother Jim set up one of the first independent clothes shops in Birmingham. We had a really, really cool following of boys and girls who used to come in there, and we used the shop as a basis to organise little private parties, but they developed into mad events, and we kept it very tight. We had a little membership database and sent out little messages when these different parties. They were on boats, they were in private hotels, we had a cave once. Anything alternative, we'd put a party in it, and Chuff Chuff began, and from Chuff Chuff, the weekly event, Miss Moneypenny's, began some 6-7 years ago. I think clubbing should always delve into the realms of fantasy and mystery. I think it's all part and parcel of certainly of our style of clubbing anyway, that's what we like.
Is that why you've got this mysterious Raymondo character?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little story about Raymondo and who and what he is. Prior to when we were putting clubs on, me and my brothers, we used to hang out in a club in Birmingham called the Rum Runner. During the night when you sort of meet up with nice young ladies and everything, we had rather than sort of be very straightforward with our sort of scheming ideas and sort of say come back to our place, we'd say, oh, do you fancy coming to this club called Raymondo's? Of course, the club never really existed, and we'd jump in a taxi to go to this club called Raymondo's, and we'd drive past a building that had nothing to do with clubbing at all, and we'd sort of say, oh, it looks like it's closed, and somebody would pipe up, well, I don't live far from here, should we just pop round to my flat and have a bit of a party? And the flat became known as Raymondo's. It became one of the most notorious after-hours parties going back sort of 15 years ago. And we always sort of said at the time, if ever we managed to get a venue of our own, we'd have to dedicate it to this imaginary figure, Raymondo. As all the Chuff Chuff parties are presented by Raymondo, but he isn't really a true character.
Are you happy with this venue here then?
Yeah, this is a beautiful venue, and it's been a new challenge developing what already was a good venue, and we've always been into the sort of the way things look and the style of clubs and the style of decorating the events that we put on. Whenever we do tours or anything like that, we really take pride in transforming the venues.
You got a new bar opening in Birmingham?
Yeah, we got a brand new venture, the Moneypenny's bar. Should be opening in about a month's time. Again, it's a chance to sort of seven nights a week to showcase new music, and I think it will naturally be a pre-club bar at weekends or whenever there's sort of strong midweek nights in Birmingham. We've only applied for an 11 o'clock licence, but we may well go for a late licence depending on how the land lies with the whole thing. We're happy enough with an 11 o'clock at the moment because we've got a lot of later activity going on anywhere.
You've travelled all over with Moneypenny's, from Ibiza to Israel.
We're also doing Cyprus, Australia this summer, but then we've got some really wacky ones like Penang in Malaysia. We're doing this there's this huge, it's a big full moon party. It only happens every now and again. It's a big festival there, and we've been invited to host it, and that's completely new.
Do you DJ as well?
No, I don't. I was an avid collector of records, and in fact, Jim stole all my records to start off DJing. But I thought it was far cooler to be sort of running around the dance floor misbehaving than being stuck behind the decks. I thought no one would bother and come and speak to you if you were behind the decks. Very astute, eh?
I'm joined here by one of the original B-boys, Kiddo. What made you get into that scene? Sort of breakdancing, hip-hop?
Well, I've been into music from a very early age, and I was always into the, dancing and that type of thing. When I was at school, when breaking came along and all the, break dance at the cinemas and so forth, naturally it was the in thing to do. And because it took it was quite a physical thing, and I was into, physical activities and all that. I thought that's the kind of thing for me, so I got into the breaking, and off we went.
What made you move into house music?
I didn't really move into it. I mean, house music came along from the very early days, the early 80s. It had feeling to it, it had depth, and that's the way music has to appeal to me, because I'm not one of these drug-taking type people. Not that, I knock it or anything, but music has to appeal to me, on a bit more of a spiritual level. And that's what house music did for me, so I enjoyed it, so I bought that kind of music, as well as soul, rare groove, jazz and so forth, because it all took a lot of effort to actually make the record. I'm not into a lot of these minimal records which you can make just like that, so that's how I moved into the house and garage scene and so forth, and that's why I still play it now.
So what's your involvement with Galaxy Radio?
Well, there's a show called Club Tasty on a Friday night, and I actually take part within that show. I do a mix for the show, and that is my major involvement as far as performing on the radio is concerned. But naturally, we all fly the flags of Galaxy, which it's an excellent station to be part of, so I'm quite proud of it, really.
You're actually recording music already with your partner in crime, Mark Archer?
That's right, yes, but music for me is more of a haphazard thing. I do it because it's a social escape, really. That's why I make records. I don't make records thinking, I want this to be number one, even though everyone wants a record to be number one. I do it because I just enjoy having a bit of fun every so often within the studio. Okay, by all means, we're asked by people to do remixes and things of that ilk, but I still treat it, as a bit of fun as opposed to, my breadwinner. A bit like, DJing is more of my breadwinner than making records.
Where else in the country do you play?
I'm just national now. Fortunately for myself, over the last year, I've just, with the help of Moneypennies, I'm now playing absolutely everywhere,
Tell me about the records that you're launching in Australia.
Well, we're actually doing a single launch, which is a bit of a double-side type job here, and we've done quite a cool French-sounding thing called Wow, and that's going on the B-side. But the A-side is a track which we've been messing around for quite a while within England. It's called My Lover, and we've actually done a rap mix, because rap and R&B is quite massive out in Australia. So that's what we're launching. That'll be on the A-side, and Wow, the French thing, will be on the B-side.
Do you ever get really tired of sometimes think, oh God, I wish I could just have a bit of a break and put it all to one side?
Never, ever. No. Always
it keeps you going.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you see the people out there enjoying themselves, that's the thing that charges your batteries and makes you want to keep going and keep going and keep going.
Have you been here before?
Yes, we have. I'm Lynn.
Everton.
I'm Sarah.
V-Man. Maxi Malone.
I love it! The girls come down just to see Riyadh.
So they're all a bit of a ladies' man, is it?
No. They all come down just to see Riyadh.
Moneypenny's top club, loads of girls, top tunes. What more can you ask for?
And we both love it.
Hey?
The women are good, it's good atmosphere, good music.
I'm willing to lie back and let these two show me a thing or two. Go for it, go.
Hey?
It's a really good night.
Blokes and blokes.
I'm young, single and free. No one even looks at me.
So the last time I saw you was at Progress in Derby and you was carrying a pineapple.
Well, unfortunately, I have to say the pineapple is now shagging grapefruit. Off to Mallorca on Tuesday. We're off to Ibiza in a few weeks' time.
Just come back from Fallaraki Road, 9 p.m. Caned it.
It's a nice balance here, isn't it, really? Yeah, I like house music the best. Sometimes I think when it's a bit, I'm Katie.
I'm Dave from Wolverhampton.
Oh, Dave!
How you doing?
I'm Jodie from West Bromwich.
What do you think of it, since you're a virgin to the night?
It's not too bad.
It's excellent. fairly good now. So yeah.
Keeping it real, keeping it Canal. Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, keep it real.
Friday nights are alright as well because it's ladies drink free.
I really like it because you can sit down and chill out as well as dance. It's really good.
Which DJs do you like?
Jeremy Healy.
Yeah, Tall Paul, Danny Rampling, Kiddo.
We saw him the other week, didn't we? He was brilliant.
Kiddo. I went and saw Judge Jules at God's Kitchen and that was really, really good. Yeah.
I like Norman Joe and I came down to see him and it's pretty cool, so...
Resident DJ Stu Oatley's the best.
Yeah, Stu Oatley.
Judge Jules, what's your man?
And John Please has to be said. John Please women.
Next Saturday night, imagine it, Judge Jules is on, you're thinking, where shall I go? Go to your wardrobe, get your best gear on, get yourself to Moneypenny's.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Oh, last night went to God's Kitchen.
Yeah? What happened?
Absolutely fabulous. Tall Paul was playing. He's the one with the saucy stories.
Oh.
Oh, too hot, too hot.
I'm her angel because she's a naughty schoolgirl tonight.
CLUBAVISION are available to have exclusive rights to the wedding.
It's just so cosmopolitan for Wolverhampton. It's like, wow.
We go to Birmingham, Baker's, God's Kitchen, Sunday Central. That's like that kind of places in Birmingham.
Baker's, Birmingham as well.
Saturday Central at Paul's. Come the autumn, that club's going to be wicked.
Well,
bye!
So come down and see us.
I'm here with Norman J, the guy who coined the phrase, what is it about vinyl that makes people travel the world looking for it? You can actually spin all genres of music. Do you like to keep it a bit varied?
Well, I love to keep it varied because then it challenges me musically. I've been around a little bit longer and my tastes are much broader than that. I like I said, most styles of music most of the time, and if I can get away with it, I like to play most of it to most of the people.
You were one of the founder members of Kiss FM, so how did that station come about?
It was actually started by a friend of mine called Gordon Mack, and I was one of the first DJs that he recruited, and then I took it upon myself to recruit most of the other DJs, DJs like
Jazzy B and...
That's right, Jazzy B, Judge Jules, Dr. Bob Jones, Matt Black, Cold Cut, the list is endless. None of us are properly radio trained. We had no formal training in broadcasting. We were just enthusiastic amateurs going on there playing the longest versions of our own record collections. So I work for the BBC now, on GLR. I do a 3-hour Sunday show there. It goes out London-wide, and luckily for me, I took a huge Kiss audience with me. It's funny, you know, you start off as a rebel, rebelling against all kinds of authority, but it's often true that you eventually become the people you once hated. And now people like myself are considered the new establishment. I hate that, but that's exactly what we are. DJs like Danny Rampling, Pete Tong, Judge Jules, myself.
You helped set up Talking Loud Records with Giles Peterson. Are you still releasing them?
Yeah, Giles is still releasing them. The label's doing really well. Next year they celebrate their 10th anniversary. Initially, Giles set up the label for Polygram as a jazz label. And I was taken on as a fledgling A&R man there as well to start a dance label. We were hired by the then president of the company, who within a week was fired. So when the new managing director came in, he called me and Giles to his office and looked at Giles and he said, we're not going to have any jazz records released here. And looked at me and said, we're not going to have any dance records released here. So we were contemplating our future, so then we decided, well, let's just stay and make one label work, which turned out to be Talking Loud. So we set about signing our friends, who turned out to be people like Omar, Incognito, Galliano, the first wave of UK sort of Brit funk fans that turned out to be pretty good people, actually, the Young Disciples. I left there after 4 really good years. I wouldn't have swapped them for anything. Fantastic time.
You've played for people like Mick Jagger, George Michael, Paul Weller, and Paul Weller actually said you were one of his favourite DJs.
I'm truly honoured by that comment. Yeah, I have been doing celebrity parties for quite a few years now. They're entirely different from clubs. You have to play a different style to different people. It's mad, and I feel privileged that every time a celeb's in town, let's get Norman to play. I hope to be doing a few dates for Jamiroquai as well, on his tour and his after parties, because I know Jay quite well. Hi Jay, if you're watching.
Please like, tag, share and subscribe.
So this is CLUBAVISION, and this is how it's done. This is CLUBAVISION, CLUBAVISION's #1.
Where's a rave, man?